If I told you that you could beat an NFL legend like Ben Roethlisberger on a Sunday night game, but you only have safeties to play with, no corners, do you think you can do it? What we did on this Sunday night in 2010, coming into this game, Tracy Porter, Jabari Greer, Randall Gay, all were out for the game. Those are the top three corners. We had Patrick Robertson, our first round pick, who started the game. They moved me over the corner and brought in a bunch of other safeties to fill in all of our packages. But on the first drive of the game, Patrick Robertson, our only corner, is out. Now Lee Torrance, who's a special teams player, but used to play corner, now is forced into the lineup, and then the rest of us are all safeties. And Greg Williams has to navigate how to keep all of his defensive packages up while having this package only of safeties against Ben Roethlisberger of all people and Mike Wallace, who at that time was leading the league in explosive passes. So let's see the tape and see how Greg Williams addressed taking on a situation in which he was undermanned. Very first one, we got somebody in the A-gaps. They slide the line to the left and cut two defenders open to the right. Now everybody's on Ben Roethlisberger. He's getting harassed. His helmet's coming off. He's getting disheveled. That's what you want if you are the underdog coming into this. We don't have to worry about who's open, who's covering who if the quarterback can't get rid of the ball. So you see another look on 3rd and 8. You've got the free safety up in the A-gaps. You've got dime personnel. He bails late, so this is no longer zero blitz. It's single high man. But for the offensive line, all looks the same. There's pressure in Ben's face again, and the ball has to come out quicker than he wants to. There's somebody open on this. There are open receivers, but he can't find them in time because the offensive line is trying to sort out all of these different looks. Having backup players does not doom you to lose the game. In fact, it's the measuring rod of your team. How deep are your players? How far does the enthusiasm or the skill set drop off from your starters to your backups? This is really the measurement of the quality of an organization, is how they can continue to plug and play. And I think this is an extreme test. One of those things that can make up for maybe a lack in talent is effort. And what you see right here is Lee Torrance, who's the only corner left in the game, make a phenomenal effort. I'm pressed on Randall L right here in the slot, and I get probably the greatest press rep of my life, where I literally jam a receiver to the ground and got so excited that I went to go cover somebody else. And he popped up right at the goal line, caught the pass, and what looks like is going to be a touchdown for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But Lee Torrance, who's coming off of his guy, gives a last-ditch effort, puts a body on Randall L, and gets the ball down on the 1-inch yard line. Most of us thought this was a score, but upon replay, they put the ball on the inch yard line, and a few plays later, after getting multiple stops, we hold them to a field goal in a crucial game. Those things you don't really think about when you're thinking about matchups. The way you get through some of the plays that will inevitably be made against you is by just giving phenomenal effort, giving yourself an opportunity to fight another chance. And this is what we did right here. Another 3rd down situation, they come out in a totally new formation. It's still all up, but nobody's in the A-gaps this time. You've got double looks on each edge. So now the line has got to decide, is this blitz coming from the left or the right? It looks like zero in the coverage, but it most certainly is not. You've got pressure coming from the right. The entire left side drops into coverage, and they mess up the pass off between the left guard and the center. And Big Ben is on his back again. The pressure is coming from the left side of the offense, which is forcing the running back into the protection, and they don't pass it off correctly, creating pressure from Will Smith, who gets Roethlisberger on the ground. Again, this has nothing to do with coverage. This is all about putting pressure on the protection and the quarterback so that you don't have to worry about coverage. This is mastermind play calling by Greg Williams in elite execution. And then here we go again. Once you've done your job on 1st and 2nd down, you've set yourself up to be in a good position. Now it's time to get off the field in 3rd and 17. So what we do is we put everybody up, again, given the illusion of all-out pressure, which means that we want this ball to come out quick. And on the back end, we're just looking to make a tackle and get off the field. Sometimes that's easier said than done, as I almost missed this tackle with Randall L, but because it's 3rd and 17 and we got guys running out of the pack with phenomenal effort, missed tackles don't become issues. That's how you play team defense when you're going against somebody that may have the upper hand. Effort, aggression, and attack, versatile attack, keep them on their toes. But if you look at the effort coming out of this, you've seen so many times where people can just say, well, do your job. It's Malcolm's job to make this tackle, and if he doesn't, we can all blame Malcolm. But you can tell by the way people come out of this stack that we feel like it's everybody's job to get this ball carried down and get our offense back on the field. And that's what it takes to win in these type of situations, is an all-in attitude from everybody on the field. The biggest thing that Gregg Williams did in this game that stood out so much was the versatility of his packages on third down. He figured we're not going to line up and just beat you with our backups, but we sure as heck can confuse you and get after your quarterback. And you can see this in the very first third down where he comes out in his all-up defense. What this means is there are no safeties on the back end of the field. Everything looks like zero blitz. And he's forcing this offensive line and the running back to sort out protections and be right before Roethlisberger can get the ball out. And so what Gregg Williams is doing is saying, well, that's fine. We don't have to have our best, but you surely are going to have to execute at your best in order to survive, because we're sending heat. And then once we send heat, we're going to change up the looks and make you continuously prepared throughout the game. And we can see that it caused all types of problems for Ben Roethlisberger and this offensive line. There's so much to be learned between each play of a game. That's why I love watching film. And this game is no different. Whether you're trying to be more decisive and more impactful with your decisions, or how to prepare for situations in which you might be unmatched. Gregg Williams shows us exactly how to take on an opponent that might be stronger than you, especially when you're undermanned. But I don't know. That's just how I see it.